Wolves and Wisconsin are at a crossroads, but our state could also hold a solution to a national debate.
Fox 6 meteorologist Eric Mangus goes north to see where conservation and hunting meet.
The big bad wolf. Almost always the bad guy.
Pretty dangerous. You don't want to see them out in the open. I mean, it's probably they could kill you.
At least that's what people think. Wisconsin has a unique history with wolves, but there's a lot of fact to separate from fiction. The biggest misconceptions, their numbers, their impact, and their danger. We wanted to find out what people thought about wolves. We had to go out and ask the old-fashioned way.
How many wolves do you think Wisconsin has?
Maybe like 5,000, 10,000?
I would say 300.
Maybe like 3,000 to 5,000, but I feel like that's probably too much.
The best person to answer this is Randy Johnson, the large carnivore specialist for the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources.
Wintertime population estimates the last several years have indicated around some 1,000 wolves in Wisconsin.
Johnson cites studies that suggest this number is within the healthy range of wolves in Wisconsin. That doesn't sound so evil, but maybe deer and livestock would disagree? You know, the whole wolf in sheep's clothing deal.
I would think the biggest issue would be them eating livestock.
I don't think it's as huge of a deal as some people make it out to be.
I bet it does impact deer hunting. I bet they probably eat 50 deer a year.
I think it's safe to say that wolves have not significantly reduced deer populations in Wisconsin. We have very large, very overabundant deer populations in many parts of the state.
In fact, DNR studies show Wisconsin currently has more deer than it's ever had. What about livestock impacts? Jennifer Rayner is an associate economics professor at the University of Wisconsin. She sees livestock impacts beyond the negatives. According to the DNR, since 1978, wolves have cost Wisconsin taxpayers $3 million. This comes as fair market payouts to producers and hunters impacted negatively by wolves.
One interesting thing about economics is it's all about trade-offs. The whole underlying theory around economics is, are the benefits bigger than the costs? If so, we should do a thing, and if not, we shouldn't. And so we can apply these same kinds of ideas to wolves.
Wolves might actually be protecting you. Want to see how wolves affect your everyday life? Turn on your car.
In Wisconsin, we hit about 20,000 deer on the roads every year.
All these crashes are dangerous and expensive. Rayner's research shows insurance costs from deer collisions top almost $200 million per year in Wisconsin. But one wolf can eat as many as 15 to 20 deer per year. Reducing local deer density can help reduce deer crashes.
For every dollar that we spend on compensating livestock owners for their losses, we gain $63 back in savings from not hitting deer with our vehicles.
Wait. So the thing saving you from an accident up north could be the wolf. Okay, what are the dangers to you, your pets?
I don't think they like you any more than we would like them on a walk, let's just say that.
I think they generally try to avoid humans as much as possible.
According to the DNR data, you can count on one hand how many pets wolves kill each year in Wisconsin. There's no record of wolves killing anyone in the continental United States outside Alaska since the 1800s. Deer kill 10 Wisconsinites per year in car accidents alone. And nobody ever labels deer as the bad guy. And after hearing the facts about wolves,
I didn't think they were that bad before, but I think that confirms it.
That's it?
Yeah, right?
Okay.
if wolves are the bad guy, they're not doing a very good job at it in Wisconsin.
Misconceptions are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to wolves. And in the coming weeks, we'll be discussing their role in the ecosystem and what the future looks like in the state of Wisconsin.
So are wolves mainly north? Do they like to creep down here into our neck of the woods?
So as the population's grown, it's mostly been in the northern woods, and we've had some areas in the central part of the state that has had brief packs come through. But that's kind of the discussion is, do we let them continue to expand? Where are we going to kind of draw that line, nature versus man? How are we going to kind of balance those two things?
Yeah, we've heard of all the controversies, all the big headlines, but I mean, just talking to people, we know, I mean, the average person doesn't know how many wolves are in Wisconsin, so it's eye-opening just to talk about the population.
And in time, we're going to get deeper in talking about the ecology, the natural history of wolves in our state, because they're pretty new. I mean, back in 1978, that's when they first began to be reintroduced and regrow in the state. So there's a whole lifetime of Wisconsinites that just now are seeing wolves for the first time.
Very interesting, and they're beautiful. I mean, just watching them in nature from a distance.
It's easy to say that from Milwaukee, it's true.
Eric, thanks.